25,000 different things we can make from it. And if we give it a chance, we'll save the blinking planet. Food, fuel and medicine, necessities for life, a benefit to all of us, our wonder and delight. Within this smelly weed, there's more than meets the eye. So much, much more than smoking, it can cleanse our dirty skies. Cannabis, cannabis, we'll save the planet with cannabis. Cannabis, cannabis is a very useful weed. Cannabis, cannabis, we'll save the planet.
Here we are again, it's Hemp Works on Time for Hemp, international global radio station. And tonight, I've got, this guy is my homie, right? First of all, his name is Stephan. My name is Stephan. He's been a hash smuggler from Morocco. I've been a hash smuggler from Morocco. He comes from Hastings. I come from Hastings. This is me and my shadow. Stephan, thank you for coming on at the last minute. You came out of the blue today. Unfortunately, we had a cancellation and your Facebook thing come up. And I said to Stephan, would you like to come on the show tonight? And he's gone kindly yes. Stephan, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself? Your CV is absolutely so remarkable.
Well, where do you begin? Back in Hastings or over here in Portugal?
Oh dear, somewhere in between.
Yeah, well. I ended
first
up
of all,
down,
we're coming from Hastings.
Back in the very early 80s, and just got drawn into it by the magic of the whole place. Well, not so much Gibraltar, but the hash scene at the time.
Yeah. Because that was coming from...
Yeah, well, that was coming from Cornwall, my surrogate home, where I left Hastings and ended up being a fisherman in Cornwall for a number of years.
Oh, my God. I grew hemp in Cornwall for 4. Am I speaking to my mirror image?
Yeah, you could well be, actually, looking at your photograph on Facebook. Or is that an earlier you?
That was 2000. If it's the one of me in the crop, that was 2001 at Beeston Farm, just outside of Bude. Yeah.
We all change, eh?
We all change. I haven't done too bad actually. I'm still sort of, not looking too bad.
I've lost most of my hair. It used to down past my shoulder blades at one time.
Hold on 2 seconds. And so right. Anyway, come on. What was you doing in Gibraltar?
When I first arrived there, so like looking round for work and what have you, and then met up with some kindred spirits and gradually got involved in the movement of contraband, basically, which was more tobacco than hash.
Yeah.
But it was used by the same methods of running around in fast little boats delivering boxes of Winston and Marlboro.
Yeah.
To counterparts on the beaches around Lavinia, and it expanded from there. Yeah. Eventually, where we ended up with our own boat, and which became or was the fastest boat anywhere around there, because we had a magician of a mechanic.
Yeah.
That could make anything go faster than they were made to go.
What sort of time date was this? Give us a time scale on that.
Well, from 1983, 82, 83-ish till 88, 89.
Well, when you was darting around in your little ribs, you know them big boats that you used to pick up from, them old tramp steamers,
Yeah.
I used to work the tramp steamers for a body of people that were... Well, no, basically what we used to do is a certain group of people that were based in southern Italy.
Oh, yeah.
They would buy sort of like old steamers and things and old vessels from the Greeks, and we basically tramp steamed them around the Med, and we never knew what we was picking up. We would be going to Libya and Gibraltar and Algeria and back to Italy and Libya and we never knew what we had on board, but we knew it was all contraband.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And basically what we used to do was park up about 4 or 5 miles out of the sea, and then you guys in ribs would come out, take the cargo and run it aboard.
Yeah. that's a similar sort of process.
Yeah.
A lot of the times we were meeting like fishing boats, like the old Moroccan fishing boats, but they actually were really Spanish fishing boats because Morocco didn't have any. They were all the old run-down Spanish fishing boats that they'd purchased in Ceuta. But we used to go out and meet them. But a lot of the stuff was taken off of beaches down by Melilla.
Yeah.
And sometimes out on the western coast, which was a little bit more hectic because of the big Atlantic swells, similar to the swells that hit the west coast of Cornwall or the north coast of Cornwall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a favourite
and of course,
place to
back in those days, in the 80s, the quality of Moroccan hash was second to none, wasn't it? That was really good stuff.
Yeah, apart from, sadly, for the English market, the soap bars.
Oh, God,
when they first came out, they were okay, but somebody jumped on the bandwagon and started putting all kinds of crap in them.
Yeah.
But when they were originally, well, there's a little bit in the book actually about the origin of the soap bar. So it was actually invented by a Dutchman.
Yeah, which is a shame, because again, just taking it back to Moroccan hash, the process of doing Moroccan hash is excellent. Sort of handed down from father to son, and it's a real art form that I do hope that they never lose. I believe that the Moroccans now are going to go fully legal very shortly.
It wouldn't surprise me. There's some good shit starting to come out of there because they've got some. They've started using quite a few of the Afghani strains, and you get something here now down in this neck of the woods. So they're called bolotas.
Wow.
They're like little bullets, but they're just like the Afghani hash of old, but straight out of Morocco.
Wow, that's always interesting because I've been in both countries, and I must say I always thought somewhere in the back of my head that the Afghan strain would do well under Moroccan hands.
It does.
Yeah, I bet it does.
I can attest to that.
I bet it does, yeah. Because obviously with the Afghans, they hand rub. They just take a hand rub off, the old traditional, and they don't rub it off for dry plants. They let the plant grow. They use Sadhu method. And up around Mezar Sharif, that is the only hash to smoke. Hand rubbed, 10, 15, possibly 20 gram a day they can make. And you smoke that stuff, oh my God. Oh my good giddy arm. But yeah, I've smoked some good Moroccan too. I do like Moroccan hash, especially that light one, because they make various grades, don't they, Stephen?
Yeah, it's just an all-day one. You can get up in the morning, skin up, have a cup of coffee, do your ablutions, and get on with the day. It doesn't knock you out completely. A good old blonde Moroccan it's like one of the favourites.
Yeah. I know. What was the other one they done? Was it the 00?
Yeah, well, there's all kinds of it, but there's 00. It's basically down to the mesh size of the sieve that they've used. Mm-hmm. And that's about the finest that you can get. But it wouldn't be truthful if people say, "Oh, we've had loads of 00," because that stuff is reserved for the king.
You know it, eh?
Yeah, that doesn't get exported.
No.
It'll be the next grade up. I mean, of course, there is 00, but very, very rare that it would ever leave Morocco.
I met a charming young man the other night. He was from Algeria, and he was there during the uprising in Algeria a few years back, and they raided the presidential palace, and he had all his gold and silver out on display, yet there was a big safe. And they thought, oh, there must be some real goodies in here to keep everything in a safe. And eventually they got it open, and apparently it was ton upon ton of Moroccan hash that was sent to the king of Algeria from the king of Morocco. That's what he kept under lock and key, not his gold and silver, but his 00 stamped royal hashish from the king of Morocco. And I thought that, of course that makes sense because it's priceless. You can't put a value on it.
It is.
Yeah.
And when you think that it takes 1,000 kilos of plant to make just 1 kilo of that.
Wow.
That's what
Is
it
that
takes.
I've never heard that figure. Is that for real?
Yeah, that is absolutely to get a 1 kilo of 00 takes 1,000 kilos of plant.
Jeez, that's more refined than Rick Simpson oil.
It's very refined.
Jesus Christ.
And very good hash.
Well, I have smoked it, and I must, you sit all day and do the Sipsy pipe and the little blonde stuff, and then at night, if you're lucky, they get a bit of that 00 out. And you only need a few pipes of that at night. Woof. You don't need any more, that's for sure.
See you next morning.
Yes, literally. Or maybe about midday, actually, it'd be more likely.
Yeah.
So, how did your career develop down there? Can we talk about that? I mean, I'm very open. We're not on
Yeah, of course we can. It's basically, it's all in the book, so I can't really hide from anybody now. Just gradually meeting up with kindred spirits, and then getting a boat, working with other people who are already at it, moving on a little bit, people getting too used to the other side of the business with too much nose candy and fucking things up.
Yeah.
Excuse the French.
Yeah.
And then gradually getting together with three other guys and a couple of women here and there, going on our own.
Yeah. Taking away, I think it's the criminal element when it gets involved tends to wreck it more than people really understand on it.
We built ourselves a nice little closed, tight circle, and nobody was allowed in. You could leave, of course, but nobody else was allowed in. We kept it really strict and never.
So, how many years did this go on for?
From about 6 years, from 82 till 88, 89.
Fuck me, excuse my language, you must have shifted a few tons.
We did. We moved a lot of it.
What? It always surprises me where, let's face it, to move that tonnage, it means you've got a customer base for it. And it's always surprised me the amount that's ever been shipped about, and there's still always a need for more.
Well, there's a Moroccan friend of mine whose father was one of the main farmers up there, up near Katama, had a warehouse down on the Straits, about 20 kilometres east of Tangier.
Yeah.
And I paid him a visit one day, and this warehouse, you could fit 20 articulated lorries in it.
Yeah.
And in there were piled, and I mean piled, tons and tons and tons. And when we were walking past one, and he said, "See that pile? That's going to England." And that goes almost fortnightly. That's what he was saying at the time. There was 11 tons in that pile.
Yeah.
So it just gives you an idea of how much there is. Their statistics of what do they catch? They don't catch maybe 5% of what goes in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always been
a mountain like that. I mean, it's as big as a house. Like huge.
Yeah. Huge. Yeah, I saw a similar stockpile in Lahore, in Pakistan, many years ago. Just outside of Lahore, I got taken to a warehouse. And my God, it was like, oh my God, how much hash is that? It was just phenomenal to see the finished articles just sitting there wrapped. And as you say, until you've seen it, you can't even get your head around it. The amount that was there. Yeah. And as you say, that's year on, year out, month in, month on. It's like it never stops.
It's non-stop. It still doesn't stop. It still hasn't stopped. There's more and more down here, down in Portugal. They're just quite. Even the boats that they use now, these very huge, great big ribs. they're sacrificial.
Yeah.
They used the boat once, and these boats are like 70, 80, 90,000 pounds each.
Yeah.
With all the engines and this and that on them, and they put the load ashore.
Yeah.
Turn the boat round and send it out to sea.
Exactly.
On its own, with a full throttle. Send it back to where it came from.
Yeah.
And throw the boat away.
Throw the boat away. It's done its job. Because as well, I saw down in Italy as well, and Spain, when I was doing the Spain bit, all the skidoos, the supercharged skidoos. My God, they couldn't even track them on radar. They were so quick.
Yeah, they are very quick.
Yeah, and again, you've only got to look up the local skidoo shop to see how big the franchise is to understand that it's more than the tourist industry that's buying skidoos.
There's a huge place as you're driving into Algeciras along the coast road from Tavira. No, not Tavira, Tarifa.
Yeah.
There's a huge place out there, with skidoo, and people trying them out on the Tarifa beach.
Yeah.
All the test drives that you can go do down there, and some of these things are doing to like 75 mile an hour on water.
Yeah. I know, they're just like incredible. They the Guardia di Finanza had nothing that could catch them. They were imposed. They were just too quick for everything.
Well, things haven't changed because they couldn't catch us then either. Their fastest gunboat did 35 knots.
Yeah. That's if they haven't been paid off. They only does 35 knots if they haven't had the little wage packet in it. Otherwise, it only does 20 knots.
You struck a chord there, that's for sure.
Well, as I say, I've been in the industry. I know how it works. I actually had to spend 3 days in the sea once when they took one of our big ones out, and that was quite hilarious because you're not allowed to have any passports or shit like that, and the captain pulls the plug on the boat so it goes down and you're left in the water, and the Guardia di Finanza try to get you to admit that you were a smuggler, and as long as you don't admit, they have to let you go, you see.
No habla inglés.
No, but when they're throwing shark bait, when they're throwing shark bait in the water, you think, maybe I should tell them what I was doing. But anyway,
excuse me.
It's all a big game, isn't it?
It was. It was a lot of fun too, mate. It was a lot of fun. A lot of excitement.
Right, we're going to step off for the first break, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to question you some more. I'm going to be Inspector Clouseau today. So take the break, please, Casper.
Okay, mate.
You are listening to the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. Please share us with your friends.
THCF Medical Clinics are the premier physicians clinic in the United States. THCF has offices all across the United States from Hawaii to Michigan. THCF Medical Clinics has helped approximately 150,000 patients obtain their medical marijuana permits to legally possess, grow, and use medical marijuana. If you have chronic pain, multiple sclerosis, or any other neurological degenerative disease, or if you have any gastrointestinal disorders such as GERD, irritable bowel syndrome, or if you have AIDS, cancer, spastic disorders, seizure disorders, or glaucoma, call us at 1-800-723-0188 or visit us online at hemp.org. Again, the number is 1-800-723-0188 and the site is hemp.org.
In need of a ganja vacation? Blaze away.
Don't criticize it.
Hotbox Jamaica. Chill. Relax and burn all day while watching the amazing ocean view. Listen to the birds. Bathe in the mineral waters of the Ganja River. Munch on tasty Jamaican Rasta food. Take a weed farm tour and hold a meditation. Book this amazing vacation for $420. Get the Sativa Special. 7 nights in Sativa dorms with ganja meals and airport transfer. Check us out at hotboxjamaica.com. That's hotboxjamaica.com. Hotbox Jamaica, a higher meditation vacation.
Indigrow is your source for affordable induction grow lighting. First discovered in 1891 by Nikola Tesla, Indigrow lights deliver 11 years of electronic sunlight to your plants. Indigrow lamps require less than half the power of traditional HID lamps. Converting to Indigrow lights means you'll cut down on your power bill with less lighting. Indigrow lamps also use 5 times less mercury than traditional fluorescent or HID lamps, making Indigrow not only energy efficient but environmentally friendly as well. No more switching out lamps between vegetative and flowering stages. As nature intended, your lights get a steady dose of UV light. That makes your plants grow healthier and stronger. Indigrow products are manufactured in San Diego, California, and come with a written 10-year warranty. What Tesla knew, then growers know now, is that Indigrow lighting is the cost-effective addition to your victory garden. To learn more or order now, go to inda-grow.com. That's INDA-GRO.com. Or call 877-452-2244 to answer any of your questions. These guys really know lights. Indigrow really is your sunlight in a box.
Education and information. See what all the buzz is all about. It's time for hemp. It's time for hemp. Charlie has a high regard for weed. He recommends it to MS sufferers who are in desperate need. It's medicinal, it's pure, and it helps to ease the pain. And if you're feeling down, my friend, it'll pick you up again. Cannabis will save the planet with cannabis. Cannabis is a very useful weed. Cannabis.
Here we are, right, part 2. I'm going to give some shouts out now. Right, my first shout is going out to anybody that is still smuggling hash around the world. You are an absolute hero, whoever you are, because all this grow room stuff is all well and good, and all this grow in your back garden is all well and good, but the classic art of smuggling hash is just so brilliant, yeah? So if anybody's still doing it, well done. You're doing a marvellous job. Don't know what you're going to do when it all goes legal, but you'll have good contacts. So. Big shout going out to the NSA and the CIA. I heard you listening as per usual, and I hope you're all having a really funky day. And obviously you lot are all going to be out of a job soon and all. Oh dear, you won't be able to chase us potheads down. Oh well, never mind. Right, anyway, back to the interview. Hello, Stephen. I love talking to you. You're a source of enjoyment now. So, right, you're down in Portugal now, I take it.
Yeah. When I'd given up my trade, found an old place here, did it up.
Yeah.
Sold it about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Moved on to another one. Going to do another one up in the hills.
Are you do you know much about the hempcrete, sir?
Only what I've read.
Look. See, all that tonnage of stuff you threw away, that could have all gone to building your house.
Unbelievable, right?
Oh no, unbelievable. Actually, not to try and take
I've read quite a few of the specifications about this hempcrete, and there is somebody here in Portugal that's actually manufacturing, I believe, but they're up north a bit.
They're up north a bit. Well, I've got friends down in Portugal that I hope to be visiting this summer, and I should certainly give you a call, and we'll do a hempcrete demonstration day. That'd
be brilliant. I'd like to do that myself. I'm very interested in it.
Yeah, well, again, they're building retreats and looking after themselves, and of course, the only building material to be using is hemp. And one of my friends has just been given a license by the Portuguese to grow it, so fantastic.
That's great. So with a friend of mine, I've been trying to get this into the rural parts of the next county up, Alentejo, because there's tens and thousands of hectares just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Where you all used to be farmland before, there's nobody lives there anymore. Apart from in the isolated little villages. Yeah. But there's even so many of the villages. It's just like walking into a western of a town that's been abandoned and tumbleweed rolling down this road.
Wow!
Whole villages just disappeared.
Yeah,
nobody there.
Well, how fantastic is that? Because we can restore them with good quality hemp information. Hemp and cannabis for growing is the brand new industry. Yeah. And we're going to take it.
I'm sure there's a shitload of money to be made out of it.
And I believe there's going to be a shitload of good quality, green, honest money. Yeah? Not this filthy rip-off money that we've been taking, this chemical bloody nonsense stuff. We're going to grow our money like they did in the days of old and trade it honestly. Yeah, that's the way forward.
That would be something to see, wouldn't it? And something to do.
And something to do. Can't sit here just telling stories all day, can we?
Of course not. No, of course not.
No, of course not. We've still got a bit more life left in us. So, right, you wrote this book. Unfortunately, because you come out of the blue at me today, I haven't even had a chance to look at the book. Would you like to tell us a bit more about the book and what all that's about?
Yeah, well, it's basically the story started in Hastings when I arrived back there in 1964. When my dad took retirement from the Canadian Forces. We'd been stationed in Germany for the last 6 years, and I had high hopes of being a professional ice hockey player.
In Hastings?
In Canada.
In Canada. No. I was going to say, you must have been taking too much puff if you thought you were going to do it in Hastings.
At that time, I was a non-smoker of anything.
Yeah.
But I was 14, and we arrived back in Hastings right in the height of the mods and rockers.
Right, didn't you just?
And so it didn't take long for me to get over my disappointment of not being a prospective ice hockey player in Canada, because my dad was in the Canadian Forces,
right.
Although he's a Hastings boy. And then it went on from there. Got married at a very early age, which didn't work. Ended up in Palma, Mallorca, working for a nightclub selling tickets to beach barbecues. And then I discovered a little pill called Bustaid, which was available over the counter in pharmacies. And they were the equivalent of like a double Dexedrine. 3 of them, and you were up for 24 hours, without doubt. And so I started stockpiling them, until a young lady who I'd been having an affair with didn't like the idea that I had a number of other girlfriends, and she grasped on me to the guy whose house I was staying in, and he called the Guardia. So I got deported. And all my money and all my pills confiscated. They didn't charge me with anything because they were all bought over the counter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got deported, and they took me on a boat from Palma, Mallorca to Barcelona, and then in handcuffs to the French border at Béthus, and let me go. I went straight to Stephan, got another passport.
Yeah.
Because mine was all stamped Deportada de España.
Yeah.
And got on the train and went straight back to Spain. And went to Sitges and Lloret de Mar and all around that area. Worked for the summer and collected about 2 suitcases full of the pills and took them back to England. And made the grand sum of about £30,000 in 1970.
Jesus Christ, no wonder the South Coast was buzzing.
Well, Hastings was buzzing.
Hastings
that's
was
for sure.
You must be a legend in my town.
Everybody was walking around with wired jaws for about 3 months.
I tell you, there's still a few of them left here. They never got over it.
But, that was that, and that's when I fell in love with a young Cornish lass and ended up in being a fisherman in Cornwall and knowing all the waters and like keeping a log of everywhere. Yeah. All coves and studying a little bit about the rich life of the Cornish smugglers of yesteryear.
Oh yeah, they knew what they were doing. Mind you, they're still at it now. A bit like the 80s.
They most certainly are. It's the only thing that's changed is the time.
Of course.
That's what the book's all about. Is that part of it, and then going into my part in Jib in the 80s, and there's a few other anecdotal stories about other people's how they did it and the methods they used, and our crew of four. Well, it was a crew of 4 men, but one of them's disappeared off on a boat to Australia, so we've taken on a female crew.
Yeah.
So there's 3 of us and a female who could hold her own on any boat. And it's the story of how we got into the... It's all about the Fastnet race, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, the book culminates in a one-off big payday with a certain number of tons on it, which was 2 identical yachts. One of them entered in the Fastnet race.
And one of them got lost.
No. We just did a swap over.
Wow.
Around the Fastnet crew.
Fascinating. And where can people find this book?
Straight back into Plymouth.
Wow, that all loaded up?
All loaded up with a fake little accident which made the boat take on water to lower the water line and all kinds of stuff.
All those tricks you learn at sea.
And so we actually got towed in by a boat that took us straight to the slipway where we were hauled out to get the stern gland fixed, the not so broken stern gland. And it was sorted away and on its way to market by the next morning.
Fantastic. All good quality stock, I take it, not too waterlogged?
No, there was no water in it at all. It was all vacuum packed.
Oh, good boy. We could spend hours swapping smuggling stories.
I just wouldn't believe the amount of times I've spent around a campfire swapping stories like this.
Yeah.
So right, there's a couple in the book. When you get hold of it, I've told my mate who's got this small independent publishing company up in Scotland. He also helped me with the book a lot, and he's going to send you a copy. But if you stick on email when we finish this interview, then a mailing address, I'll get him to post you one.
Fantastic. What we do with that, I've got a little collection of stuff that's been good, because my friends run the Hemp Works charity UK, yeah. So next time we go out to a show, I'll put that up on a raffle and we'll raffle it off.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Well,
maybe I'll get him to send you 2 or 3 copies then.
Oh, that would be lovely. One for my private collection and one to put out for raffle at the next show we do, which is, I believe, next month. It's the Roffe Fest in Norton, which will be going to be fun over 3 days. Yeah. So where can people find your book?
At the moment on Amazon and Smashwords, and it's available on there as an ebook and a print-on-demand paperback.
Excellent. So go to Amazon, and the name of the book is...
Amazon UK. Just punch in the name Beyond Hercules, and up it comes. There's all. I don't. Did you get the trailer that I sent you?
Yes, I did. Unfortunately, because I've been running around, it was all a bit weird today, so I haven't actually had time to look at it. All I got was the bio that you sent over, and I was just fascinated by it and going, oh yeah, look, I'm Hastings. Oh yeah, I've done that. Oh, I've done that. And I just couldn't wait to talk to you.
Well, we've made this trailer to go with it, with the book, and that's on that link. It's on the bottom of the link that I sent you on the Facebook thing.
Fantastic. I should look at that a bit later when we're off air then. Marvellous. So, you obviously had quite a lot to do with the Moroccans, yeah? And we're going to take another break in a minute. Maybe when you come back, have you actually been up into the Rift and
yeah,
work with the
I have. I've spent quite a bit of time up there, but
I'll be fascinated to hear some of that if you're up for it.
Well, it's an area that I don't want to sort of like talk too much about because they're still at it, and
yes.
Don't want to stir any, open up a can of worms for them.
Just maybe how you made it, and some of the more technical names and places can be changed, sort of thing. We don't want to incriminate anybody that's doing such fantastic work. Yeah. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, because a lot of people, I don't think they realise the actual process of Moroccan hash. Some of these things from country to country, how it changes, and a lot of people have forgotten the traditional methods of how some of this stuff is made. Yeah, it's all about the grow room these days, isn't it? And the bud and which is in its own rights is there's nothing wrong with it, but the old traditional methods too, you can't beat them. That's why
it's really like a very, very simple method. It's basically hung up to dry, like in the old tobacco houses, where they used to have the racks and racks of like lattice or reapers. And just hang everything hung up, and the floor was covered with either like a very fine tarpaulin or plastic sheeting, and let it dry, and then it was beaten.
They're not that dissimilar to because you lived in Hastings. Down here we have these oast houses where they used to dry the hops.
Yeah, but they grow the hops. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not dissimilar to an oast house. I thought same sort of technology. Right, we're going to escape for that break now, Stephen. We're going to do the next break. Pay the rent. Maybe today.
Yeah.
You are listening to the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. Please share us with your friends.
If you are in the Portland, Oregon area and are an OMMP card holder, then come down to Nikki's Diggity Dank Market, Portland, Oregon's first and only weekly OMMP market, presented by the Alternative Wellness Center, located at 5241 Southeast 72nd Avenue, 2 blocks south of Foster Boulevard, close to public transportation, held every Sunday 10 a.m. till 7 p.m., connecting quality vendors with patients. Nikki's Diggity Dank Market also has a weekly raffle with products from every vendor. So come down to Nikki's Diggity Dank Market and have fun while connecting with quality vendors and getting great natural medicine. If you are a vendor and want a chance to connect with OMMP patients, you can check out their Facebook page at facebook.com/Alternative Wellness Center or call 971-888-4392. Be sure to register early because space is limited. Nikki's Diggity Dank Market.
In need of a ganja vacation? Blaze away.
Don't criticize it.
Hotbox Jamaica. Chill.
Legalize it, yeah.
Relax. And burn all day while watching the amazing ocean view. Listen to the birds. Bathe in the mineral waters of the Ganja River. Munch on tasty Jamaican Rasta food. Take a weed farm tour and hold a meditation. Book this amazing vacation for $420. Get the Sativa Special. 7 nights in Sativa dorms with ganja meals and airport transfer. Check us out at hotboxjamaica.com. That's hotboxjamaica.com. Hotbox Jamaica, a higher meditation vacation.
Indigrow is your source for affordable induction grow lighting. First discovered in 1891 by Nikola Tesla, Indigrow lights deliver 11 years of electronic sunlight to your plants. Indigrow lamps require less than half the power of traditional HID lamps. Converting to Indigrow lights means you'll cut down on your power bill with less lighting. Indigrow lamps also use 5 times less mercury than traditional fluorescent or HID lamps, making Indigrow not only energy efficient but environmentally friendly as well. No more switching out lamps between vegetative and flowering stages. As nature intended, your lights get a steady dose of UV light. That makes your plants grow healthier and stronger. Indigrow products are manufactured in San Diego, California, and come with a written 10-year warranty. What Tesla knew, then growers know now, is that Indigrow lighting is the cost-effective addition to your victory garden. To learn more or order now, go to inda-grow.com. That's INDA-GRO.com, or call 877-452-2244 to answer any of your questions. These guys really know lights. Indigrow really is your sunlight in a box.
Free? Did you say free? Free hemp? Free hemp? Free hemp video and audio? Free downloads of all the top artists, all the pot artists on planet Earth. Interviews with all the people making the movement, making the hemp movement. It's time for hemp. That's right, world. It's time for hemp. That's right, world. It's time for hemp.
Rationality, liberality, open out your minds. The sun is closing in and we're
out for today is the Hemp Works charity, uk.org. And also as well, the young boys, Kieran and Mr. Clark, they're doing this United Patients Alliance launch night on, let's get my date right. They're doing it on 17th of July in Brighton, right? Listen out and I'll give you more details on that, and hopefully I'll get one of them online to do a show on it to so everybody know. And who else? Tony Baccaroni and Sativa Bags have got a new line in the WWF range, which is pretty staggering to look at. My mate Gavin, where's Gavin? We need some t-shirts off you. THTC. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out, Stephen? Anybody like to mention?
I don't know whether they'll be listening to this, but my little bros up there somewhere in the hills along the ridge there in Hastings, David.
You never know,
mate, if you're listening. Yeah. See, Big Brother's made the big time. Or is it the local boy made good, or the black sheep of the family?
Oh, well, come on, you're in Hastings. Only the black sheep make it in Hastings. We don't like white sheep down there. We're a town for the black sheep, which is brilliant.
I'm sticking with the black sheep anyway.
Yeah. You know where you stand with them once. Hey.
That's true.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
so, right, during the break...
A couple other sisters there around and loads of nephews and all that, but... they don't partake of and probably don't agree with what I do or have done.
Oh, you'd be surprised at the moment, the word's out there, especially on this medical side. Yeah, a lot of people are changing their attitudes very, very quickly.
Well, so they should.
They should. Yeah,
they've been kept in the dark long enough, haven't they?
They have indeed. Yeah, and unfortunately, it's only politics and bullshit that they've been listening to, which was totally incorrect. Yeah. So come on, people. come on board. Don't fight the change. The change is going to happen. Don't fight it. It's a bit of a shock to start with when you find out how well they've all been lied to us all, but there you go. Get over it. So, right, without incriminating anybody, I believe that you might have spent a certain time in somewhere in North Africa where you might have lived with a certain sort of tribe of people that are renowned throughout that part of North Africa to make good quality, what we deem to call hashish. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So would you like to tell us about some of your escapades and how they make it and, you know, what they get up to and, you know...
When it comes time for cropping, it's basically very, very similar to the way they would have cropped tobacco leaves or any other dried herb, which is basically hung up in, like as you said, in oast house sort of conditions where the temperature is kept constant and it's just dried out for however long it takes, and then beaten until all of the powder leaves the buds. And then it goes through a grading system. Usually, now they're using much more sophisticated sieving systems, but it's basically the same guy. The size of the mesh, the higher the quality, goes down through to the bottom, which is the old famous Sputnik or 00. And then, of course, it's with the molds that they used to use now. Now they're using vulcanized heated presses to make the soaps and the slates and the various forms that they press it into. But back then, or back in the very early days, I'd seen a hollowed out mold of a very, very big olive tree, which had been cut down, and a mold had been carved into the top of the wood. And there, they used to put in sort of whatever, like a scoop of this and a scoop of the next grade, and made soap bars, which were made very, very similar to the ways of they made the Lebanese hash, which came in the big quarter pound or the half pound or the pound slabs, and they were beaten by hand with something similar, resembling a cricket bat, and then turned and beaten again, until the heat increased that actually melted the resin into its form.
And they used to be dripping, didn't they, some of them bars? They were seriously dripping.
Then they were.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. I just remember one of the names we used to call it was bubblegum. Moroccan bubblegum. Yeah, I haven't thought about that for years. It was just like bubblegum. It was so sticky. It was like act like bubblegum in your fingers. Oh my God, it was like incredible stuff.
Very, very nice indeed. Rare as well.
Oh, I just hope now that the legalisation side and it all coming back, that we haven't lost the traditional methods, that there'll be a few of the old boys down there that teach their kids how to make it the real way.
Yeah, but they had to, for the Moroccan side of it, they had to move with the times.
Yeah, of course.
The market demand.
Yeah.
But there's still thousands of hectares of it over there.
Yeah. And hopefully, as I say, we'll find some proper, like traditional winemakers.
Actually, on the video, you'll see when you go to have a look at that, you'll see there's panoramic shots of the hills all around that certain area of northern Africa.
Northern Africa. Just Interpol, it's Northern Africa, in case you didn't know. Yeah.
But it's still going on very much today, the same as it was, and it always will.
So while we got you on the line as well, what's the update on Portugal? What's the Portuguese situation at the moment? What's the legality?
Because they can change the rules like weekly.
Right.
Like nobody, by law, you're allowed to have, I think it's 10 grams for your own personal consumption. But if you get, but that's the law. But the police don't know about it. You can cut that, can't you?
No, we were live. We're good. We can swear as much as we want. I often call the Queen a hairy goat fucker. It's just one of my things.
Ouch. No. Like, that's the law, but the police don't know about it, and they can still be quite nasty.
So, in other words, they're after a bit of money for a bit of ash.
Yeah, of course. It's not something maybe I'll say on live on radio, but they are a little bit.
That's what they're doing. You can't just sit up and the other way.
I can think of another word. Bent.
Bent. Yeah, the old Indian word, bakshish, is good.
Bakshish.
A bit of bakshish. Yeah.
You have something for them, sir?
Yeah. I mean, that's all right, guys, but I mean, it is legal. Go and chase a criminal. Stop hounding the pot smokers. You've had enough money over them. Go and pick on a more difficult target. It's not right. So technically, it's legal, but the police don't know about it.
You've nailed it. That's about it.
But they don't come to.
Also, it all depends. If you get stopped by one of the younger guys, then they know about it. But some of the old regime because there's still a few of the old boys from Salazar days that are here. In that you can tell them because they all wear jack boots.
Yeah.
And they can be sort of like, well, they don't know the law. They don't even know their own asses. So.
Yeah. But they don't come to your property and do shite like that, do they?
No. I've never had any problem here.
Yeah.
Always keep.
Because on paper, Portugal's in the paper a lot because of its no drug laws.
Yeah, well, across the board, everything is legal, and the whole lot. You're allowed to have X amount of this and X amount of that.
Yeah.
But woe betide you if you get stopped.
Exactly. This is always what makes me laugh, isn't it? The law and how the law is interpreted is always two completely different things.
Exactly, yeah. If you ask a lawyer about it, they go, don't go there.
Yeah. Or they just get the bill book out, don't they, and start writing the bill out.
It's like €500 an hour.
Yeah, we don't need none of that. But again, it's so stupid, especially the post. All drugs should be legal, of course, then they can be tested properly and blah, blah, blah. But that's not my story. This war on this plant has really got to come to an end now because enough is enough. And the cops can't get no more bucksheesh and people should be able to grow it. And the Moroccans should be able to manufacture the industrial, the commercial hash, and the old guys should be left alone to knock up a bit of the real stuff where connoisseurs.
And also, to get back into the original plant itself, the hemp. You can do, as you know, and as your research has found out, what you can do with it is just unbelievable.
It's endless, absolutely endless. It's going to be the new feedstock for the world, and it will restore our economy and it will restore our ecosystems. And then everything it gives you on top of that is going to be a bonus. Yeah? But it's ecology, environmental, and eco. And it puts those three things back where they should be.
In balance.
In balance, because that's what it does inside of the human body when you take it. It rebalances the body and helps get rid of all the nasty diseases that are in it. It's a fantastic plant. We're fed up waiting. We don't need to be talking about it no more. We don't need to be if the research is to be done, it needs to be in the field or on certain different types of cancers and medicines. It is a medicine. It is a fuel stock. It will replace all these nasty things that the petrochemical industry has given us, and it will replace them with an environmental, stable stock that can be grown year after year after year. The time is up. We want it to happen. Can't keep hanging around because the other situation has got no legs left on it. It's come to an end.
They haven't got a leg to stand on anymore, have they?
They haven't got a leg to stand on anymore.
The evidence is there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right, we're going to close it there. Stephen, thank you for coming on. I love it when I get a guest that's just come out of the blue because I never quite know what's going to happen. Please stay in touch. I really am very interested. And, of course, with that other thing we were talking about, I'm very apt for helping out on that. And, of course, with the hempcrete, I definitely want to get down there and we'll do some workshops.
Get
so
down
the main thing is for you, don't throw any stalks away. Keep all the stalks. I need the stalks to make the building. Seriously.
Anyway,
I can add value
pleasure
to it.
talking to you, mate. And
you too.
We will be in touch.
You know it. Well, we're racing's boys, so that's it, isn't it?
I'll get them in the post to you.
Good, man. I'll send you an email over with my address on it. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Caspar.
Yeah.
Have a happy Tuesday evening. Peace and love to all.
Yeah. Cheers, David.